Hello everybody, I'm Buddy Hardigree with the Region 8 Sports Report. We are here at Jackson County High School Stadium, the home of the Panthers, and not really much activity going on around here this evening. But just a week or so away from now, things are going to be a lot different on Friday night. You're going to see the stands filled, you'll see a game going on here on the field, and it's going to be a lot of excitement. That'll be going on in 51 different schools around Region 8 this year, and we're going to try to cover them all 51 of them. Yeah, maybe we didn't think that through, but we're going to give it our best shot anyway and try to cover all 51 of them for you. So each week we'll be looking at sports action in Region 8. We'll have we'll have highlights from several games for you, and we'll have the scores from all the games, maybe even some stats for you, and maybe some interviews along the way with a few coaches and see how things are going in Region 8. It's a lot to cover, but we're going to give it our best shot anyway. If you have any questions or comments about the program, you can send those to us at av1productions30680@gmail.com. Again, that's av1productions30680@gmail.com. All right, without any further ado or fluff and fold, as they say in the laundry business, we'll get right into the region's schedule for the upcoming season. Let's start with Region 8 6A and see a list of all the teams that are in Region 8 6A. Starting off with Region 8 6A, and in alphabetical order, the first school is Archer High School. Archer Tigers, where the colors are red, white, and silver. The Tigers finished last season with an 11-4 record, 7-1 in the region. The Tigers were coached by Andy Dyers. Next, Berkmar High School, home of the Berkmar Patriots, sporting the colors red, white, and blue. The Patriots will be looking to improve on last season. The Pats were 0-10 overall and 0-8 in the region. Next, we have Brookwood, the Brookwood Broncos, maroon and gold in color, will start the season under head coach Mark Cruz. The Broncos hope to improve on last year, 2-8 mark overall and 2-6 in the region. Next is Central Gwinnett, home of the Black Knights, with their black and gold uniforms. The Black Knights had a pretty good season last year, 7-5 overall and 5-3 in the region under coach Todd Wolford. That brings us to the high-flying Decula Falcons. The Falcons, donning the blue, white, and gold uniforms, enjoyed a 10-2 season overall last year, 7-1 in the region, coached by Tony Jones. Next is Grayson High School, home of the green and gold and blue Rams. The Rams, under coach Mickey Kahn, also posted a 10-2 overall record, 7-1 in the region play last season. Next up, Parkview High School. The Parkview Panthers, in orange and blue, posted a 4-6 overall record last season and 3-5 in the region. Then we have the Shiloh Generals of Shiloh High School. Shiloh's colors are black and silver. The Generals were 4-7 overall last season and 2-6 in the region. Head coach is Coach Troy Hobbs. Last but not least, South Gwinnett High School, home of the Comets. South Gwinnett, in the blue and gray uniforms, posted a 3-7 overall record last year, 3-5 in the region under coach John Small. That's Region 8 6A. Now let's move on to Region 8 5A. And in Region 8 5A, in alphabetical order, we start with the Chi, meaning Appalachia, that is. The Appalachia Wildcats in the blue and gold will be hoping to improve on last year's 1-9 overall record, 1-8 in the region, with coach Shane Davis. Next, we have two entries from the Classic City, Cedar Shoals High School, home of the blue and orange Jaguars. The Jags were 0-10 last season. Also in Athens, Clark Central High School, home of the Gladiators, donning the red and gold uniforms. The Glads were 6-5 overall in the 2014 campaign and 5-4 in the region under coach Aaron Self. Next up, Flowery Branch High School, home of the red and black Falcons. The Falcons had a 5-5 overall record last year, 4-5 in region play under coach Chris Griffin. Next up, traveled north to Gainesville High School, home of the Red Elephants. The red and white Pachyderms posted 11-3 overall record last year, 8-1 in the region under coach Bruce Miller. Next up, Heritage High School, home of the Patriots. The Pats, wearing red and blue, had a 3-7 record last season, 3-6 in the region. The coach is Wendell Early. Next, Lanier High School, home of the Lanier Longhorns. Lanier's colors are orange, white, and black. Lanier enjoyed a 10-1 record last year, 9-0 in the region under Coach Corey Mobbs. Next is Loganville High School, home of the Red Devils. School colors are red and black. Loganville had a 4-6 overall record, 3-6 in region play last season under Coach Mike Humphreys. Next up, Salem High School, home of the maroon, black, and gold Seminoles. The Noles were 4-6 overall and 3-6 in the region last year under Coach John Starr. Last but not least, Winder Barrow, home of the Double G Bulldogs. The red and black Bulldogs were 7-5 overall last season and 6-3 in the region under Coach Heath Webb. We're well underway, having done Class 6A and 5A. We've got 4 more to go right after this on the Region 8 Sports Report. Welcome back to the Region 8 Sports Report. We've gone through Region 8 6A and Region 8 5A. So let's dive into Region 8 Quad A, starting off with Buford High School, home of the Buford Wolves. Buford will be wearing green, gold, and white. Last year, a 15-0 record for Buford with a 7-0 sub-region mark under Coach Jess Simpson. Next, we have Chestatee High School, home of the War Eagles. Chestatee wears maroon, black, and silver uniforms. Last year, 1-9 overall, 0-7 in region play. Next, we have Johnson High School, home of the Knights. The Johnson High Knights, wearing blue and white, last season were 2-8 overall and did not play a region schedule. The coach is Jason Rockmore. Next, we have Madison County, home of the Red Raiders. Madison County wearing the red and gray uniforms. Last year, 5-5 overall record and a 3-4 region mark under Coach Chris Smith. Next up is the Monroe area Purple Hurricanes from Monroe, Georgia. The Purple Hurricanes last year had a 1-9 record overall and 1-6 in region play. The coach is Joey Solkowski. Next we have North Hall High School, home of the North Hall Trojans. With their green and white uniforms, last year the Trojans were 2-8 overall, 2-5 in region play. The coach is David Bishop. Next is North Oconee High School, home of the Titans. North Oconee wears scarlet, gold, black, and blue uniforms. Last year, the Titans were 9-4 overall and 6-1 in region play. The coach is Terry Tooley. Next, we have the Stevens County Indians from Toccoa, Georgia. Stevens County wears red and black uniforms. Last year, the Indians had an 8-4 overall record, 5-2 in region play. The coach is Frank Barton. Next up is White County High School, home of the Warriors. White County wears blue, white, and gold uniforms. Last year, they were 6-5 overall and 4-3 in the region. The coach is Bill Ballard. Well, that takes care of 8 Quad A. Now let's move along to 8 Triple A, starting off with East Jackson High School. East Jackson is the home of the Eagles, wearing blue and silver uniforms. Last year, the Eagles were 1-9 overall and 0-6 in region play. The coach is Gary Hughes Sr. Next up is Elbert County, also in blue and white uniforms. The Blue Devils of Elbert County High School last year compiled a 9-4 overall record, 4-2 in region play. The coach is Sid Fritz. Next, we have the Hart County Bulldogs of Hartville, Georgia. Hart County wearing orange and black uniforms. Last year with an 11-2 overall record, 5-1 in region play. The coach is William Devane. Next up, the Jackson County Panthers, home of the red and black and white Panthers from Jefferson, Georgia. Last year, the Panthers were 2-8 overall, 1-5 in region play. The coach is Benji Harrison. Next up, we have the Jefferson Dragons. Jefferson wearing red, blue, and white uniforms. Last year with a 12-1 overall record, 6-0 in region play. The coach is Ben Hill. Next up is Morgan County, home of the Bulldogs. Morgan County wears red, black, and white uniforms. Last year, the Morgan County Bulldogs were 4-6 overall, 2-4 in region play. The coach is Bill Malone. And last but not least, Oconee County High School, home of the Warriors. Oconee County wearing blue and white uniforms. Last year with an 8-4 record overall and 3-3 in region play. The coach is Travis Nolan. We're 2/3 of the way done. We still have Region 8 AA and Region 8A to go, and we'll have those coming up for you right after this on the Region 8 Sports Report. Back once again with more of the Region 8 Sports Report. We have gone all the way down to Region 8 AA, and we only have AA and Single A left, so let's jump right in here. 8 AA, starting with Greene County, home of the Tigers. Greene County High School wears the colors of gold, black, and white. Last year, the Tigers were 5-6 overall and 4-2 in region play. Next up is Oglethorpe County, home of the Patriots. The Patriots wear red, white, and blue. Last year, the Patriots were 1-8 overall and 1-5 in region play. The coach is Jimmy Hale. Next up is Rabun County, home of the Wildcats. Rabun County wears red and white. Last year, the Wildcats were 9-3 overall and 6-0 in region play. The coach is Lee Shaw. Coming up next, Riverside Military Academy. Riverside, the home of the Eagles, wear blue and white uniforms. Last year, the Eagles were 3-7 overall and 2-4 in region play. The coach is Kelly Davis. And Riverside is followed by Social Circle, home of the Redskins. Social Circle wearing red and white uniforms. Last year, 0-10 for the Social Circle Redskins, 0-6 in region play. The coach was Chad Estes. Next up, we have Union County, home of the Panthers. Union County wearing purple and gold uniforms. Last year, Union County had a 9-2 overall record, 5-1 in region play. The coach is Cullen Robertson. And finally, in Region 8 AA, we have Washington Wilkes, home of the Tigers. Washington Wilkes wears blue and gold uniforms. Last year, Washington Wilkes was 7-5 overall, and region record was 3-3. And that concludes 8 AA. Now let's jump into Region 8A, starting off with Athens Academy, home of the Spartans. Athens Academy, wearing green and white uniforms, last year compiled a record of 4-5 overall and 3-5 in the region. Coach is Don Chuboff. Also in the Classic City, we have Athens Christian School, home of the Eagles, wearing purple and gold. Last year, the Eagles had a 7-4 record overall and 7-1 in region play. The coach is Chris Williams. Next up, the Commerce Tigers from Commerce, Georgia, wearing their traditional black and gold uniforms. Last year, Commerce had a 10-3 record overall and 7-1 in the region. The coach is Marvin Justice. Next up, we have George Walton Academy, home of the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs wear red and black uniforms. Last year with a 5-5 overall record and 4-4 in region play. The coach is Don Williams. Next up, Hebron Christian Academy, home of the Lions. The Lions wear gold and red and white uniforms. Their record last year was 5-5 overall and 3-5 in the region. The coach is Kevin Schaefer. Next up, Lakeview Academy, again home of the Lions, with blue, white, and orange uniforms. Last year, they were 3-7 overall with a region record of 2-5. The coach is Deuce Rourke. Next up, we have Prince Avenue Christian School, home of the Wolverines, wearing blue and gold uniforms. Last year, the Wolverines were 9-3 overall and 6-1 in region play. The coach is Jeff Herron. Next up is Providence Christian School, home of the Storm. Providence Christian School wears blue, red, and silver colors. Last year, they were 0-10 overall, 0-6 in the region. The coach is Ken Robinson. And rounding out the list of 51 schools in Region 8, Towns County, home of the Indians. Towns County wears blue and white. Their record last year, 2-8 overall and 2-6 in the region. The coach is Billy Barnhart. And that rounds out the entire list of 51 schools in Region 8 this year. And we're going to take a break. We will come back and take a look at who's playing who the first week of the season for this year. So stay with us. We'll be back with more on the Region 8 Sports Report. We're back with more of the Region 8 Sports Report, where we keep you updated on all 51 schools in Region 8, from Class 6A all the way down to Single A. Let's start with looking at the games scheduled for Friday, August the 21st. Yes, there are games scheduled. Not everybody's playing, but some of the teams are. So let's take a look at who's playing who this Friday night. North Paulding will be at Archer. Newton will be at Berkmar. Decula at Collins Hill. Walton at South Gwinnett. Games on Saturday, August the 22nd, Brookwood will be at Mill Creek, and Parkview will be at McCallie, Tennessee. Quite the road trip for Parkview. Central Gwinnett, Grayson, and Shiloh will be taking the night off. In Region 8 5A, it's going to be Heritage at Rockdale County, and Lambert will be at Lanier High School. Appalachia, Cedar Shoals, Clark Central, Flowery Branch, Gainesville, Loganville, Salem, and Winder Barrow will be taking the night off. In Region 8 4A, games of Friday, the 21st of August, it'll be Easton Christian Academy at Buford and Madison County at Johnson of Gainesville. And one game on Saturday, August 22nd, North Oconee will be at Coffee County. That's in Region 8 4A. Chestatee, Monroe area, North Hall, Stevens County, and White County will be taking the night off. Games of Region 8 3A for Friday, August the 21st. East Jackson will be at Hebron Christian Academy, and Jefferson will be at Rabun County. Elbert County, Hart County, Jackson County, Morgan County, and Oconee County will be taking the night off. In Region 8 2A, only one game. We've already talked about it. Jefferson will be at Rabun County. Jefferson, of course, is in 8 3A, and Rabun County in 8 2A. But that's the only game in 2A coming up on this weekend. Greene County, Oglethorpe County, Riverside Military Academy, Social Circle, and Union County, and Washington Wilkes all taking the night off. In Class 1A, 8-1A, games on Friday night, Glasscock County will be at Athens Academy, Athens Christian will be at Rock Strong Christian, and East Jackson will be at Hebron Christian. Commerce, George Walton Academy, Lakeview Academy, Prince Avenue, Providence, and Towns County all will be taking the night off. Well, we've looked at all the teams in the region, all 51 of them, from Region 8 6A all the way down to 8 Single A. We've looked at their upcoming schedules for the weekends of the 21st and the 22nd of August. And again, not every team is playing that weekend, but the following weekend, everybody gets into action. But we'll try to have all that information for you next week. So next week's show, we'll have some highlights from 2 or 3 games, if all goes well. And we'll have the scores from all the games that are being played in Region 8. And then, of course, the following week, everybody's in action, and we'll have a lot of area to cover for that. So stick with us. We're going to try to do this through the course of the season and see how things go. If you have any questions or comments regarding the program, you can contact us at AV1Productions 30680 at gmail.com. That's AV1Productions 30680 at gmail.com, or by regular mail at AV1 Productions, 1021 Jefferson Highway, Winder, Georgia 30680. We've had an interesting week, and we're all out of time. How about that? Time flies when you're having fun. So we will see you next week. So while you're enjoying your weekend, go out somewhere and see a high school football game and enjoy the activity. We'll see you next week on the Region 8 Sports Report.